let's take a moment to talk about really bad animated films.
There are all kinds. There are low-budget television movies, straight-to-DVD films, unnecessary sequels, and all of them have something in common. For one, in many cases you can tell that the people responsible for them probably weren't out to make something spectacular. And two, they can be pretty hilarious. Well, apart from the straight-to-DVD Disney sequels, which make me want to cough up blood. But there's another kind of bad animated film. These are films that aren't made for television. A lot of money and effort went into making them. Talented people got involved, and companies who probably should have known better were responsible for creating them.
These movies are disappointing, dull, confused, and sometimes just plain painful to watch. Welcome to the first episode of On the Rack.
The first time I tried to sit through this movie was at a friend's house. A mutual friend who habitually gets films from Redbox at the library brought it over. We lasted about 15 minutes before we turned it off and went and had a bonfire. So, as you can guess, we're in for a treat today.
Since this is a new segment, let me explain how it's going to work. In a traditional review, you usually start with the summary first. Then if the rest of the review is going to be mostly negative, you start with some positive stuff. And vice versa. I'm going to start this out like a traditional review, but then after that I'm going to do something a little different. Rather than going straight into just the negative stuff, I'm going to count down the 3 reasons why this film does not work, and then back them up with explanations. Let's get started.
It's best if you think of Planet 51 as a quirky, shallow parody of a War of the Worlds type film, but with a role reversal. The movie takes place on a planet of aliens who believe that the universe is 500 miles long and who are stuck in the 50s apparently. The main character, Lim, has just got a job at the local observatory as a junior assistant curator.
Well, it's part-time now, full-time after I graduate. How did you do, Lim? Got the job. Knew you would. Hey, I can see my whole life. A house, a car, 2 kids. They'll grow up and have kids. They'll come home to visit on holidays.
Relax, kid. It's a part-time job. Jeez. He's friends with Skiff, a comic book nerd who believes that aliens will one day invade and that the government hides all evidence of aliens in a top-secret facility called Base 9. Lim himself is only interested in getting a job and hopefully catching the eye of the girl of his dreams, Nira, who lives next door to him. Things change when an alien ship lands and Lim comes across the pilot, Captain Charles Baker, in the observatory where he's hiding. Charles, or Chuck, convinces Lim to help him get back to his ship, as he only has 74 hours before it leaves without him. However, the army, led by General Grawl, is called in to catch the alien and hand him over to Professor Kipple to dissect. They're stationed around the alien ship, which just so happens to be right outside Lim's house, and threaten to imprison anyone who helps the alien. Lim, with the aid of his friends, as well as Chuck's robot Rover, try to hide Chuck and make a plan to track down the local TV reporter so he'll put Chuck on the news and he can tell the world that he comes in peace.
So I guess this is the part where I talk about the stuff that's good. The animation is kind of nice. I guess there are 1 or 2 jokes that sort of work. That's all I've got. So, in descending order from least awful to most awful, here are the 3 things that keep Planet 51 from being any kind of good. The third most awful thing about this movie is
the jokes. Where to even begin with the jokes? First of all, I am one of the people who get very touchy about lowbrow humor in children's films. I don't want to hear the argument it's just for kids. I don't buy that. There is no reason why a children's film can't be funny without resorting to the lowest common denominator. Just like there's no reason why a children's film can't be intelligent and engaging, and yet most developers of these movies act as though they are contractually obligated to include a fart joke in their script. Planet 51 is no exception.
In Planet 51, there is 1 burp joke, 1 fart joke, 6 bathroom jokes, 1 dick joke, and 3 anal jokes. But don't take my word for it. Here they all are. You're welcome.
Oh, you know, he looks just like his father. Just like his father.
Man, I haven't got a chance. I call him Lollipop, Lollipop.
And you give candy to your puppy so he'll poop jelly beans.
It was just an experiment.
Yeah, time to unpack the fake alien poop.
Right away, Mr. Huglug. You'll believe me, Lem, when aliens put you on the takeout menu. Wow!
Jeff!
I love fake alien poop day.
Cause him some pain. Don't want to hear a single bubble.
You know, you're really good as that toothbrush.
Yeah, but what I really do best is a suppository.
Speaking of Bam, my man,
A cork?
it's your best defense against the alien's favorite form of research. The probe. You put it...
Yeah, I think I get it.
Oh, wait, this is yours. I already used that one.
Ha! Just remembered. My job. Oh, gotta go. You know, my boss.
Your boss? No problem. You guys can share. Lem! The cork! The cork! Remember the plan!
The only plan.
If you have to do a number 1, use these papers. If you have to do a number 2, go outside. And if it's number 3, I can't help you.
Where's your master? Talk! Take us right to my ship.
That's a funny place for his antenna.
Apart from those, you can put the rest of the jokes in this movie into 4 categories. Firstly, those jokes that are very nearly funny, but not quite.
Kid, you are a kid, right? I mean, you're not like a 1,000-year-old Yoda or anything. Never mind.
The jokes that are really lame and predictable.
Raining rocks and dogs.
And the jokes that actually made me question whether or not a joke was made.
The 4th category is for the funny jokes, of which there is 1.
I kind of laughed at that. And none of that is touching on the big joke, the joke that this film is based on, which is the irony of having an alien invasion film where the human is the alien. And all I have to say about that is this. If you don't find the first couple of minutes of this movie amusing, then there is no point later in this film when that joke is going to start being funny.